Good evening. Welcome into the Vent NightCap. We are excited to be back. If this is your first time here, welcome in. We are so happy that you decided to listen in, to comment, to share this with people, to just be present in this space and in this moment. We are always excited about community, about having communal conversations, as well as gathering together to enrich one another. So, the topic for tonight, our focus for tonight, like every night, is rest. And the big part of that, as far as tonight goes, is looking at self maintenance versus self care. So if you're new here, this is a community conversation. So if you have tips, drop them in the comments. If you've been here before, same thing, from your own experience, from things that you've read, from people that you know. We just want to know what helps you, what soothes you, because you never know that what helps you may be able to also be a benefit to someone else. So thanks for coming in, no matter where you're joining us from. No matter if you're driving, make sure you keep your eyes on the road. If you are with a group of people, if you're by yourself, you're always welcome in this space. This is a safe space. This is a space where what you say is valued. What you bring is valued. You are valued. You can comment as much as you want. You can not comment at all and just grab and take what you need. But the big thing that we want you to know is that this is space where you can be seen, you can be heard, and that you are valued. We don't ever want you to forget that. I'm gonna say that every night, every time, every day, every event, every live, every nightcap, everything. Know that you are valued, and we are so happy that you are here, that you are present with us, and that you decided to spend time with us. So tonight's conversation, again, our nightcaps are our little snippet, our little check-ins at the end of the night to prepare you to get a good night's rest. So we're going to look at what self-care looks like versus self-maintenance, because a lot of times we flip-flop them, or we do one and we think we're doing the other one, but we're really doing self-maintenance and we're calling it self-care, or we're doing self-care and we say, well, this is just something that I do. But we want to look at the difference between those things. One, so that we understand how we're taking care of ourselves, and two, so that if we are doing self-maintenance and we're labeling it as self-care, we're able to continue that self-maintenance. And at some point, some of those things, once we are able to do it on a deeper level for ourselves, we can transition some of those things from self-maintenance to self-care. So let's look at that. Self-maintenance. So self-maintenance is the upkeep of your physical and functional well-being. What does that mean? You have to eat, right? So self-maintenance is, I ate something today. I had some water today. I brushed my teeth today, paid my phone bill, my mortgage, my rent. That's self-maintenance. Those are things that you have to do so that you're able to function day to day. You go to bed, right? So that you're able to function day to day physically, as well as taking care of things that have to be done. Different from self-care. Self-care is a way that you nurture your emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. So you can look at self-maintenance as that very basic level. These are the things I have to do to make it through. Self-care takes it a step further and says, okay, how do I nurture myself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually so that I am well in all those spaces? Some examples of that: meditating, So if you take time to just sit in the quiet, listen, maybe repeat some scriptures, repeat something that is sacred or that means a lot to you. Journaling, so writing down your thoughts, writing down brain dumping, writing down things that you're grateful for, and saying no to things that are draining you. That is an example of self-care, because not only is it a very basic level thing, but it's also something that you're able to do to take care of yourself on a deeper level, so that you're able to not just thrive, not just survive, but you're able to thrive in the spaces that you're in. So real quick, I'm a teacher, right? So visual. So let's look at that in a very practical sense, because it's like, I hear what you're saying, but what does that mean, right? Physical self-maintenance, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, right? So an example of what self-care on a deeper level, how do I want to continue this? I'm going to use a whitening kit, or I'm going to schedule a dental cleaning, because that helps me feel more confident. So not only am I brushing my teeth because that's what I should do every day, I'm also taking this a step further so that it improves me mentally, emotionally, socially. I'm doing this for my confidence, right? Taking a shower. So the difference between that's self-maintenance. You want to be clean. You want to take care of your body, right? Take a shower. What self-care looks like is I'm going to soak in the tub, right? So I'm not just doing it on the basic level to just clean myself and refresh myself that day, that morning. I'm doing it to actually relax. I got candles on. I use some essential oils. I have a playlist, right? These are the things that I do to not just make sure that I am taking care of on basic level, but even on a deeper level, I am taking care of me. I'm going to skip down real quick. Calling a friend, social self-maintenance. Calling a friend, hey, just checking on you, see how you doing today. All right, boom. That's the end of the conversation. Self-care in that way would be, I'm calling my friend because I really want them to know how much I value them, how much I care about them. I want to connect with them on a deeper level, a more emotional a level, not just, hey, I'm just checking in. Y'all ever call somebody and be like, hey, how you doing? You having a good day? Yeah, today was good. I went to work. Very surface level, right? You can have that conversation with anybody, but to have a conversation with someone that you value, you don't have to have these conversations every day. We're not saying that, but what we are saying is you want to have the conversation, and you want to say, hey, this happened. I just wanted to share this with you. You've always been there for me. Communicating, and a lot of that takes a certain level of vulnerability, right? But us learn ourselves and tap into our emotions doesn't make us weak, but vulnerability actually helps us grow closer to people. Like, I really appreciated this, but also on the other side of, you said something the other day and it kind of hurt my feelings, and I want to just come to you and see, what's kind of going on between us, because I want us to be in a more positive space. I want us to be in a healthy space. I want our relationship to continue to grow, which is very different from, oh, you had a good day. Okay, bye. Right? Both conversations are needed, right? But some conversations are necessary for certain moments, and a self-care conversation versus self-maintenance conversation is what kind of makes the difference, right? So, hey, for everyone coming in, welcome in. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I see people on Facebook. Unfortunately, I cannot see who you are. So if you want to pop in and say hey, you can say hey in the comments. The next question I have for you is, what small thing did you do for yourself today? So if you look at your day, right? Today is Sunday, December 1st. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. What small thing did you do for yourself today? Right? Did you soak in the tub? Did you take some quiet time to yourself? Did you take a drive and just listen to music or sit in silence? Just something for you. Like, what did you do? Not for somebody else, not to prepare for tomorrow, not so that you could get ahead for next week. What did you do today that made you feel good and it was for you? Right? What did I do? I watched the Eagles game. Like, I watched the game. They stressed me out a little bit, so I don't know if it'll fall into the self-care. Hey, Ma, I don't know if that falls into self-care, because they kind of stressed me out a little bit. But I watched the game, and I took my time today, and I had a good meal, and I didn't cook it. That was my self-care. It's small, right? Not nothing grand. I didn't go to the Bahamas or fly overseas, but I did that for myself today. I enjoyed a meal that I like, and I did not prepare it, and I watched my team play, and I did not have to do anything but sit on the couch and watch. Right? That's what I did for myself. You can drop it in the chart, or you can not drop it. It's totally up to you. However, you should have moments. If you can't answer that question, maybe look back over your day, because if you don't plan the moments, they won't happen. So what small thing can you do tomorrow for yourself? Maybe that's taking some quiet time in the morning or the evening. Maybe that's you planning something small. I'm going to actually walk away from my desk for lunch and go sit at a restaurant. I'm going to eat. I'm going to do a drive-through and sit in the car because that's what I feel good doing, right? What is that? What does that look like for you? What are some barriers? So a lot of people may be up here saying, okay, yeah, I hear you and I want to do those things, but there's some things that I have to get past, whether it's outside barrier or internal barrier that I have to get through in order to get to that space, right? Some of us have those things, right? One thing, we'll only look at one thing tonight, right? It's 8/11, right? One thing, cultural pressures. Culture often teaches us you have to keep going. You can't stop. You got to grind. You got to be the first one in, the last one out. You don't stop. It's go, 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 go. Forget how you feel. Forget what you want. You got to grind and get to it. And there are moments for that. But there are also many moments where you need to sit yourself down somewhere and take care of yourself, because if not, you're tearing your body down. So here's a quick question, right? And this is very quick. Think about it. You don't even have to drop this one in the comments. How often do you feel the societal expectation to be strong and neglect yourself? That pressure to be selfish, that pressure to always do something for other people. And that ends up, right? We want to do stuff for other people, but not to the point where you are tearing yourself, your family, yourself down. You can't afford to do that because you need to rest. You need to relax. You need to unwind. If you're always high strung and you're always stressed and having anxiety, you are no good to yourself or anyone else. So how often, you think this is a thinking night, right? How often do you feel that pressure to show up, especially for people who are often serving others all the time, right? Whether you work in ministry or you serve in ministry, whether you are the boss, the employer, the head of the household, the parent, the mentor. How often do you feel the pressure of, I can't show emotion, I got to be strong, right? And then how can you show up for other people, and on that list, you're still high on that list, right? So we know and we accept that the societal pressure is there, but you also have to know and accept that you need rest, and you have to sit down sometimes, and you have to tell people no sometimes. And if somebody's having an emergency, you may not be able to show up every time, but it doesn't make you less of the leader, the mentor, the guide. It doesn't make you any less. It just means that, okay, right now, I understand you have that going on, but I have to take care of me. And it's not selfish. It's you having the awareness that you have to take care of you too. Right. So last thing, this quote is, there's always a quote, right? This is from Bell Hooks. To love well is the task in all meaningful relationships, not just romantic bonds. To love well. Our capacity to care deeply is tied to our ability to practice care for ourselves. What does that mean in a few words? That means that your ability to take care of you on a deep level and to make sure that you're good is also a reflection of how well you're able to take care of others, not just on the surface, but on a deeper level. It's hard for me to show you something that I don't do for myself. And for the people who do it, you're tearing yourself down by doing it and showing up for other people at this high level, but not doing it for yourself. Because eventually it's going to come to a head, and you're either going to crack, or you're going to get tired, or you're going to get sick, or you're going to run out of gas because you're going for other people, but you're not filling up your old tank. And you have to fill up your own tank. People use this all the time, right? Like even on an airplane, they tell you, put your mask on first, right? Because you can't help nobody if you can't breathe yourself. You can't. So you have to remember that. And I know it's hard. I know it can be difficult. And I know that it's challenging. But we do that by disciplining ourselves, by taking the tools and moving forward, even if it's something small every day. Those things that we shared before, disconnecting from your phone, putting yourself on do not disturb, taking a walk, walking away. Those are things you may not be able to do it overnight, but we have to build our tanks up to be able to do that, because if we don't discipline ourselves to do it, we'll be putting on other people's masks, and then we won't have anything. So, tool to take with you for tonight, just say no. Reflect on one thing that this week that you need to say no to protect your time for self-care. Again, if you're not intentional about it, if you don't set the time aside, it will not happen. So what are you saying? What are you willing to say no for that doesn't line up with where you're trying to go? What are you willing to say no for that you really absolutely do not have time for, and they can wait until next week? What are you able to say no to this week so that you're able to care for yourself, so that you continue to show up fully as yourself in the best, optimal, most healthy way. Think about it. You don't have to tell me. Think about it. Say no and know that no, it's not me. It's not bad. It's not the end of the world. No means I have to take care of me right now. And you have to understand that. And that's okay. So I enjoyed y'all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're going to end with our affirmation. Rest is not lazy. Rest is powerful. I reclaim my time. And I hope that you say that as well. Rest is not lazy. You say it. Rest is powerful. Your turn. I reclaim my time. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your rest. Reclaim your time for relaxation. And know that it is necessary for you to operate at optimal level by resting. Hope you guys have an amazing night. Hope that you have an amazing Sunday evening and you have a great week moving forward. And we will see you next time.